it's a really old, yeah, it's not a nice gel, really. It's a bit.
So what was the next?
Garth, HMP Garth. No, like I said, that was the Manx and the Scousers. They were just fucking.
Where is Garfton?
Garth's near Blackpool.
Near Blackpool.
Yeah, so you're going out that way. It's a really old, yeah, it's not a nice gel, really. It's a bit messy. Food everywhere outside of the windows, you know, and they don't have anyone outside to go clean it up, so it's all rats, and it's not great. Honestly, it's like the worst gel I've been to for just the grot factor. It was HMP Garth. It was a grotty gel, but like I said, the guys there were sound, and they used to give me lots of stuff.
Any trouble?
No, not one bit of trouble there at all. I think they liked me. They had no idea where Bristol was. Literally, they're like, I'm not Bristol. There's what? Is that near London?
Yes.
I'm like, all right, yeah, it's near London, mate. It's near London. Like 100 miles away, but near London, yeah. So, yeah.
So where was after the...
So I went from Garth, I kicked off there because I wanted to transfer out. It was just too far away from the West Country.
So how did you kick off there?
I went on a hunger strike. So I done the smashing up the gel on one gel. She sent me to another gel, and I went on hunger strike. I did 3 weeks without eating. I just was on water. 3 weeks, staunched it out, mate. I didn't give a fuck, mate. I'm like, mate, you either shit me out, otherwise you're going to be posting me out the back door in a bag, right? It's that mindset that I used to get in there, Sean, because there was no point smashing them up. I tried that, it didn't work. It doesn't get you anywhere. So you have to do the things that cause them the most annoyance. What causes them the most annoyance? Going on hunger strike, which means they have to keep an eye on you pretty much 24/7. They have to take you to healthcare every day for urine samples because they need to see if you're inside to breaking down, because obviously your body cells breaking down from the inside first. I lost a shitload of weight, but I got transferred. I went to Parkhurst. So it's, you know.
How did you deal with the craving for hunger?
Oh, it's terrible, man. But I was just...
Doesn't
it's
it
really
go
weird
for
because
3
people
days?
offered me food. The mans used to come to my cell offering me chocolate and all sorts. I'm like, I ain't eating it, mate. I'm not eating it, because if I eat it and they notice it, that I've eaten in my piss, then I fuck myself over. So I was like, no, I'm not eating anything until I've got it signed on a dotted line that I'm getting transferred. As soon as they said, yeah, you know, you're on the next bus to so-and-so, I was like, sweet. Right, point me to the fucking surgery, mate. I'm hungry.
Were you dreaming about food by that point?
Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy, man. I was so hungry, Sean. But like I said, it was that mindset of I know what I'm doing. I know it's not going to kill me. I was drinking water, you know, I'm saying, you know, as long as you drink water, your body's a really fucking powerful thing. You can make it go through so much. So yeah, just drinking a bit of water and I was fine. Like 3 weeks, 2 days, something like that, until they folded. And they always fold. They always fold.
What was your reception like at the next one?
As soon as I got to, the problem was, I got shipped out to go to Parker's, but they stopped halfway at Wood Hill. They didn't tell me we were stopping at Wood Hill. So I've got to Wood Hill reception, fucking fuming. So no, I ain't fucking staying here. Never been to Wood Hill, didn't know it was a Cat A holder for like some of the most serious criminals in the country at the time. So I'd gone there, they're going, oh, you don't want to go to the wing? All right. They just banged me in the reception room. Well, that's fucking easy. Was not, no. Then you just heard them coming. Just fucking loads of screws. They come, twisted me up, carried me, and like I said, I was about 20 odd stone at this point, carried me to the block, threw me in a cell, said you should have gone to the fucking wing, shouldn't you, boy? And that was that. I was there for about a week whilst waiting to get to the next step of my journey to Parker. So,
Do you know who else was in there?
there was a couple of crazy boys in Wood Hill at the time. I don't really know. Like I said, I didn't do the landings at that point. I'd literally reception, carried to the block, and I was there until they were like, yeah, your transport's here, you're going to Parkhurst now. Thank fuck for that. Got to Parkhurst, and you know, at that point, Parkhurst had the wing that held Joe Bloggs's. Supergrasses. They had that Supergrass wing there, and it was all like top of like these secret guys. No one even knew what their name was. They were Joe Bloggs 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way through. So I got there. It was a serious gel, and they're like, "We know your story. We know you've come from this, but we advise you now to buck your ideas up and start fucking towing the line." And that was the first gel where I properly thought, "Oh, I better start behaving myself here," because I was hearing people were doing like a year in the block, 2 years in the block, just not getting out. Parker's was that sort of a spot.
How old are you at this point in the story?
So I'm now 22, 23. You know, still like young kid, really. Still a young kid. Not even a year into my sentence, I'd already done like 3 or 4 gels. It's not looking good, Sean. It's not looking good at all. So yeah, they transferred me. The way I got out of Park, I put in for accumulated visits. Now, if you don't get visits, you can save your visiting orders up and go to your local gel. Silly mistake for Bristol, really, because once I got there, I wasn't going back to Parker's. That was never in my plan to go back there. So I was there for accumulated visits. I didn't have anyone to visit me, Sean. I didn't have no one, but, you know, they didn't know that at the time, so I'd got there. Bang on 28 days, behaved myself, bang on 28 days, you're supposed to go back. I knew that, so I sat in my cell, got my socks, 2 tins of tuna in one sock, 2 tins of tuna in the other sock, sat on the bed, just sat there like that. Looked through the flat, scurried off, sent another screw back to my cell who knew me, who got on with me, and who's like, "Right, Simo, what's going on here?" I'm like, "You were coming to tell me I've got to go back Parkhurst, isn't it?" It's like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, let me just tell you this. The first one who comes in will be getting a smash jaw with one of these, right?" Then they all like, what they try to do is fear you. Then they fear you into, look, you're going anyway. You're only ever going to get twisted up. We're going to get you on the bus. Sort of blah, blah, because they're shit scared of, like, people doing a bit of bird. So I sat there, and the governor's come, and he's gone, "Right, Simo, I'm not liking what you've done. You know, we're not agreeing with it, but we're going to let you stay, but we're going to give you a Cat C," right? So I was a Cat B at the time, Parker, somewhere. "We're going to recategorise you to a Cat C as long as you go where we want you to go." So I've gone, "Yeah, sweet, so I'm going to Dartmoor, yeah? It's the worst Cat C in the country." I knew that's where I was going. I knew. Do you know what I mean? So they didn't even get a chance to say it. I'm going, "So, like, Dartmoor then, yeah?" He was like, "Yeah, you ain't stupid." So I went to Dartmoor, and I ended up serving, like, down there for, like, 4 years, 4.5 years.
Isn't it cold, old, just...
You've got fog that comes into your cell. Now, you would think, "Nah, mate, you're chatting shit." Fog comes into your cell, you wake up and you look, and there's like this little thin layer of fog. And you're like, "What the fuck? Where am I?" Princetown, that's where you are, mate, yeah? Fucking Princetown. It can be hot, cold, rainy. I was there in 2007 when the big snows came in. Screws were stuck in a jail for 4 days. They couldn't go home. Because I don't know if you've ever been down to Dartmoor. Yeah. It is far, and it's all lanes and all back fucking. It's crazy down there.
Have you been there?
No.
You don't want to. You don't want to. I behaved myself there. That's the first gel where I started to go, right, you're doing this fucking degree. Let's actually put some work in, put the effort in, and start. And that was kind of my first start. Even though I got out and I did another sentence, I got EPP after. Even though I got out, I had something in my head that was telling me, this life ain't really for me.